Hi, I'm Chad Atkins, and we're at the 2017 CSPC conference here in Ottawa, Canada. And I'm absolutely thrilled today to talk to one of my friends, Alan Shapiro, who is, well, you wear many hats, but one of them is science communicator. You're also the co-founder of Psy Slam Canada and Lit Scientist, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Great to have you here, Alan.
Thanks, Chad.
So my first question will be, now, as I said, you're wearing lots of hats these days, so tell us a little bit about your work with Psy Slam Canada and with Lit Scientist.
Yeah, so the work we do with Lit Scientist, it's a communication training firm.
Okay.
We work mostly with universities, with professionals, with technical firms, trying to build communication capacity. So we do mentorship, coaching, we offer workshops, really trying to bridge that gap of research mobilization and disseminating knowledge and connecting people with the public. And so one of our ventures through that, our outreach venture, which started for fun and turned into its own thing, was Psy Slam Canada. And we stole the idea from the Europeans, who have been doing kind of similar science slams for a while. And we essentially put a bunch of people on stage. We gave them 5 minutes. And we said, you know, share your science in front of non-scientists. And in Vancouver, we've been running them for about a year. We do them in bars and cafes, and it's been a big hit. So
cool. So let's talk about Lit Scientist then, because what distinguishes it from the rest of the science communication companies? And do you focus on grad students at all, or is there any kind of connection to grad students? Or
yeah, definitely. We do a lot of work with grad students. It really is just based on where the funding is, unfortunately, in universities. So it's really university specific, faculty department specific as to who kind of gets access to those opportunities. And what we try to bring to the table is something a little bit more non-traditional. So a lot of improv, a lot of storytelling, and just kind of shake things up a little bit. It's especially fun with profs, trying to get them out of their comfort zone when they're very used to doing communication in a particular way.
Has that been successful? Like, do you feel like they embrace it? Does it take some time for them to kind of get into their zone? And
you know what? It, to a certain degree, self-selects. Of course, the people in our workshops usually want to be there. But yeah, we've really been pleasantly surprised by how much people get into it. And by how accountable students keep profs. Especially if you put profs in a workshop with students, the students are just getting like out of their comfort zone, and the profs are like, "Well, I don't want to be the stick in the mud."
Cool. So okay, so let's go back to Psy Slam Canada. I think I've seen that you have plans. You started in Vancouver, correct? I think I've seen you have plans to sort of start expanding and branching out. Is that true? And if so, what do you have in your mind? Are you constantly looking for opportunities to do some more expansion, or elaborate if you can?
Yeah, our kind of big plan for global domination really is to have a grassroots local science slam in every major city in Canada, is our hope. And so we've been running them for a year in Vancouver. It's really taken off. We'll be running our first one in Edmonton this coming spring. We're just working on that. And then our hope is that with the connections we build here, we can start to push the ball forward in the science slam in Ottawa as well.
And Alan, I can't help but notice that you started Science Slam after I left Vancouver, so I didn't get a chance to participate myself. But we'll ignore that for now, right?
one of these days we'll get you in.
Okay, so I want to go back to your background for a second. I know you're an environmental scientist by training. Is that fair to say?
Environmental geoscientist, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I forgot the geo.
Hey, you know what?
So I want to just kind of ask you. I mean, how did you get into this realm of science communication, and where did you start developing your expertise in that field?
Yeah, I started on the science communication side fairly early in my undergrad. And part of that was that I was interested in water issues. And water very immediately becomes this kind of intersection between policy and communication and science. And so for me, the big disconnect came in probably my 3rd or 4th year undergrad when I was choosing a topic for an honors thesis. And I realized that everything I was learning in terms of the science was so far ahead from what I was seeing in terms of the policy and even just the public understanding. And so that immediately to me meant that that was where I could focus the attention and hopefully have the largest impact.
So I know your session is tomorrow, your Psy Slam session is tomorrow. Do you think the CSPC conference will help you build your brand a little bit or help you get some more traction? Is that sort of what you're thinking to extract from being here?
Yeah, definitely for us, it would be great to build our network, to kind of grow across Canada, both with Lit Scientist and with Science Slam. And then for CSPC, hopefully we're bringing a little bit of a novel idea in terms of both the panel session itself and throwing some unfortunate graduate students up on stage.
Do it.
As well as just the idea of Science Slam. And hopefully it'll take off from there.
So tell the people at home if they want to find out more about Lit Scientist or Psy Slam Canada, where would they go? How would they contact you? Just give us the pitch.
Yeah, so Psy Slam you could find on Facebook at Psy Slam Canada, or on Twitter at Psy Slam CA. Lit Scientist, litscientist.com, and at Lit Scientist. So feel free to reach out to me as well. It's Alan at litscientist.com, and I'd like to hear from you.
Alan, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks,
Great
Chad.
talking with you.